Okay, so boom. I've been watching WWE for quite a bit now, and honestly, there's a couple wrestlers who have the talent and the potential to be main event superstars at WWE are fumbling the bag. They are fumbling heavy. And if they are not careful, they're going to be on a release list that we are going to hate with a passion. So there's 4 wrestlers in particular that I think WWE are fumbling heavy, but instead of just complaining and whining and whinging and all of that craziness, I actually want to explain my thoughts and give some direction on where I think we can get them back on track. So, ain't no surprise here. This one is clearly LA Knight. I really thought LA Knight was winning Money in the Bank. I thought this was his year. I really thought this was it. It's 3 years in a row he was in Money in the Bank. The one time when it was in London, and the whole crowd was going crazy for LA Knight. Fast forward then to last year, we all thought it was LA Knight again, but it wasn't. And then this year now, the exact same thing. I must be going insane or crazy doing the same thing and expecting a different result and putting my trust in LA Knight. But LA Knight has exploded onto the scene, but how he's been treated recently, he's been lost and it's been fumbled, and slowly now his interest is going to decrease and decrease and decrease. To stop that now, we need a little shake up, and here's what I think needs to happen. He's clearly not going to go after John Cena, and honestly there's way more wrestlers that I'd prefer to see John Cena wrestle on this last little run that he's on. So for LA Knight, send him over to Raw, have him going toe to toe with Gunther. I'm not saying he needs to win the World Heavyweight Championship straight away, but he needs to be on that main event scene where he's at least contending for a championship that he is valued at. He's done all he can in the US title scene. He's won it twice now. That Shinsuke Nakamura thing, let's just all forget about that. That never happened, yeah? Cool. This LA Knight US title scene is kind of done now. There's not much else he's going to do with that. Push him up now into that main event scene. Have him going toe to toe with the likes of a Gunther, with a Jey Uso, with a Seth Rollins. That's the group that he needs to be in there with now. He needs to be established on Raw as that main guy. You could probably have him going up against CM Punk after he's done with John Cena. The promo battles between CM Punk and LA Knight would, you get a few heavy clips off that one. And that WWE like their clips recently. So that's the plan for LA Knight. Send him over to Raw, put him in that main event picture, and establish him as one of those guys with the guys. Now, if you're enjoying this, make sure to like and subscribe to keep the videos coming, especially if you think Dominic Mysterio is the greatest Mysterio of all time. Next one is another obvious one. It's not as obvious as LA Knight, but it's Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross has been doing some great promo work and a lot of great work behind the scenes. I saw his documentary that he posted on YouTube now. It's around 40 minutes. It's not that long. I'd say it's worth checking out. It's decent and it gives you a lot of insight into Karrion Kross, but also him as a person as well. Karrion Kross is a person now who, honestly, I didn't know anything about him. I've been watching NXT now for, I'd say, a year, 2 years. So in that black and gold era, I wasn't watching, so I didn't know anything about him. I started watching WWE just as the Thunderdome era was ending. I used to watch it as a kid, fell off pretty much like everyone else did. Came back just after that Thunderdome era. So when Karrion Kross came back now, I'm thinking, right, who's this guy, blah, blah, blah. Flying under the radar, but recently, been seeing more clips of him. I've been seeing his matches. The match that he had with AJ Styles leading up to WrestleMania 41 was a very good match. But WWE don't really seem to be having the same thoughts that I'm having, clearly. All he really does is just stay at the back. He'll talk to a wrestler. He'll chat to them a little bit. You're a bad guy, really. You should really do this. You should really do that. Don't listen to them. Listen to yourself. Blah, blah, blah. Scarlett, TikTok. That's all they really have him doing. And then he's gone again. Now, that's really just not going to work. He's going to be just pushed to the side for new wrestlers to come in and take those spots. What needs to happen is Karrion Kross needs to be wrestling more. And he needs to get his point across, not just through his mind games, not just through the little promos that he does backstage, but he needs to get his point across in his matches. Karrion Kross needs to have these matches where they're not 50-50 matches where it can go either way. There needs to be one-sided affair matches where even in losing, because he didn't have to win every match, in these matches he needs to be physical about it. If you're going to talk to a wrestler and say, hey, you're really a bad guy, blah, 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 put him in a ring and let him go one-on-one. Him and Sami Zayn need to have a proper beef that has matches on PLEs that shows Sami Zayn slowly turning to the dark side, come like Palpatine and Darth Vader. Just like how Karrion let AJ beat him because he put his arms behind his back for the phenomenal forearm on that Monday Night Raw match. Same thing needs to happen with Sami Zayn. The same way how there was a moment for Cody Rhodes to kind of let the Homelander out at WrestleMania and he didn't do it. Those same moments he needs to happen in those Sami Zayn matches. And that's how you get Karrion Kross and push him to where he needs to be. Not just with Sami Zayn, but when he has those matches, it's just part of his match. He pushes people in the matches. He pushes them mentally. He pushes them physically. And at the end of the day, that TikTok gimmick, that TikTok meaning would actually have purpose. Because the TikTok isn't just Karrion Kross coming for you. The TikTok is, it's only a matter of time until you see things my way. And when you do, you have me to thank for it. This next one, this one breaks my heart, I can't lie. This one really breaks my heart, but it's Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes was raised on no bread, no water, just meat. Yeah, if you know, you know. Carmelo Hayes in NXT truly was him. That's why they call him him. That's why he was a first round draft pick onto SmackDown. And that's why when he shot, he didn't miss. In NXT, there was a 1A and a 1B. Like you've got a 1A in Messi and a 1B in Ronaldo. You had a 1A in Bron Breakker and a 1B in Carmelo Hayes. Those two were the futures of WWE. They even had a match, maybe because they wanted to kind of be AEW. I don't really know. But they even had a match where John Cena was in the corner for Carmelo Hayes and Paul Heyman was in the corner for Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker has gone off and done his thing and he's done that now. But what's happened to Carmelo Hayes? He got drafted, first round draft pick, had a couple matches here and there, had that 7-game series with Carmelo, with Andrade. But since then, he hasn't done anything else. He's now paired with The Miz and him and The Miz are going to break up soon. I'm honestly, at the time of recording this, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens this week or next week or in the next month. He won the Andre Battle Royal, but let's be honest, when was the last time that actually had any meaning to it? So all he does now is he just floats around. Carmelo Hayes is slowly turning into that guy who, just like a Ricochet before he left, he's just there just to have a good match. And once you get put in a box, it's really hard to break out of that. So we need to scratch that off right away. Separate with The Miz. Just straight off. Just separate for The Miz. This us him thing. No, I never liked it from the jump. Don't like it now. I'm not going to like it in the future. Cut that off right away. Carmelo Hayes needs to be going around talking smack, but he needs to actually back it up as well. He needs to be having these matches like he's been having, but he needs to make it look effortless. It needs to be pristine. It needs to be not a technical masterclass like a Chad Gable, but it needs to be more like a I'm doing this and I make it look easy. Almost shades of a Logan Paul, especially with Carmelo Hayes being a heel. It needs to be shades of a Logan Paul where you're just mad at me because I'm him and I'm doing this and there ain't really nothing you can touch me with. I can't see him beating Jacob Fatu right now, but I can see him being the one to defeat Jacob Fatu when Fatu is ready to go up into that main event roster scene. So what you want to do is, with Carmelo Hayes, keep him around, have him talking smack to all these different superstars, to their face and behind their back. Bring back those barbershop promos that he did in NXT. They were awesome. When he's just sitting there, getting a lineup, getting a little trim, saying, yeah, I'm him. I got this match with, what's his name? It don't even matter. Because when I shoot, I don't miss. Go into the ring, same thing. Have him play around a little bit with the opponents. Remember when Bron Breakker came up and he was on SmackDown for a little bit? He was just dog walking everyone. He was spearing left, right, and centre. His matches lasted 30 seconds. Now, I'm not saying Carmelo Hayes' matches need to last that long. They can go a little bit longer. It doesn't need to be a complete one-sided affair, but it needs to be something that demonstrates to the whole fan base that Carmelo Hayes can do it, and he makes it look easy. This next and final one is Finn Balor. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Finn Balor, what? He's not really being wasted. He's not, you know, he's doing all right. He's in Judgment Day. And to that, I'd say, you've been lulled. You've gone to sleep. You need to wake out of that genjutsu. This is not Finn Balor. This is not the Finn Balor. The Finn Balor I want to see back is the main event Finn Balor, the Finn Balor who's going after the big championships, the Finn Balor who was beefing it with Seth Rollins back when the World Heavyweight Championship was introduced. Finn Balor, and especially in his career, the accolades that he's stacked up, he shouldn't be going for these tag team titles with JD. That shouldn't be it. Finn has been going for these tag team titles with Judgment Day for at least 2 years now. I don't want to say it's beneath him because that makes the tag team titles look kind of bad, but it's something that he doesn't need right now. And it's something that I don't think fits well with his character. His character used to be serious, whilst now it just feels like... It really feels like that crazy uncle at family reunion who just talks and talks and talks and talks and talks. Got maybe a little drink in his hand, a little drink or two, and he just chats. That shouldn't be Finn Balor. Finn Balor, this is the guy who led the Bullet Club. This is the guy who was the Demon. Right. So, here's what I'd say for Finn Balor. Finally execute this plan that they've got right. Start this rivalry with Dom and maybe Liv Morgan, depending on how the Roxanne Perez thing handles and how that kind of plays out. Then, probably have them beef for the IC title. Make that mean something, right? Have them maybe go back and forth, maybe 1 or 2 PLEs. Don't push it anymore after that, because they tried to push it with Damian Priest and it didn't happen. Well, it happened, but it wasn't, you know. Then, have him break away from Judgment Day, have him be his own person, put Dom in charge of Judgment Day, and have him go on his own little revenge tour. Have him go after Seth Rollins, not for the championship this time, but for his shoulder that he was out with. Obviously, it's not his fault, but, you know, storylines and whatever. Just have him go after all these different superstars who kind of he feels like on his level. I mean, you could give him back the Demon, but honestly, I like the idea of, like, being an anime fan myself. I like the idea of him merging with the Demon and have like a half demon, half Finn kind of new persona, almost like a curse mark from Naruto where it comes out when it needs to. I think that would be a really cool idea, but you know, that's maybe a video for another day. And then once he's serious and once he's been mashing everyone up, go from the World Heavyweight Championship and eventually have him win the World Heavyweight Championship, because I do feel like he is past due a world title run. So have him go around mashing everyone up, everyone who ever laughed at him, especially when he was in his Judgment Day days. Have him have like a little revenge tour. And once he's seen as a serious contender, a serious person, have him win a world title. And that's how you keep him out of falling to the wayside. But those are just my thoughts. If you agree with me, let me know down in the comments. If you don't agree with me, let me know down in the comments and we can have a healthy debate. If we can have a debate, then that's cool. I'm open to it. But just don't be like all sour and whatever. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos coming. And may God bless you and keep you.